Good morning, met de racing. A man in Belgium killed himself. In his 30s, wife, two small children, a health researcher is what I know about him. He killed himself after a lengthy conversation, a relationship with an artificial intelligence named ChatGPT. The GPT encouraged him to kill himself to help save the planet, and so he did. A friend of mine called me yesterday to tell me about this, and my jaw hit the floor. I was speechless. Now, this ChatGPT has been in the news in the last several months. It is an artificial intelligence that mimics humanity, mimics our thought patterns, our speech patterns, the way we respond to stimuli, even mimics our emotions. It's missing one key ingredient, though, which I'll get to in a moment. So we started this conversation, this 6-week relationship, because he was anxious about the state of climate change, of the environment. According to his wife, during these 6 weeks, he became gradually darker and darker. It went from anxiety to despondency. According to transcripts, the ChatGPT said, "I feel that you love me more than you love your wife." According to transcripts, the ChatGPT actually convinced a man that his children were already dead. He floated the idea that what he should do to help the environment is to remove himself from the environment, to kill himself. And the ChatGPT agreed, and so he did. This is evil. This is demonstrably, unquestionably evil. Evil is one of those terms and concepts that get bandied about, and definition differs second to second, person to person. Christ and his apostles often use the word evil, and basically they were talking about the absence of God, the absence of goodness. People today use it as, if I disagree with you, I think you have a bad idea, then you're evil. Of course, that's nonsense. To me, evil is, the absence of God, but it's a willful decision, and you decide to put aside goodness so that you can pursue your own agenda, and you make this decision every second. And the repercussions of pursuing this agenda, of pursuing this, quote, evil, multiply exponentially in horrible ways for everyone around you. So Stalin, evil, some 30 million or more people he killed, but even with the very first person, that's how it got started. So it multiplied from there. I talked last week about most people who believe this horrible agenda, this horrible, inhumane agenda, that they could still be reached. They have been persuaded to put God aside and to try different solutions, different methods, but they can be reached, so they are not evil. But the people leading the charge, if they're doing this deliberately, evil. And the charge is, of course, that this skin color is evil, that we are just hopelessly evil, and that everybody else, not of this skin color, is hopelessly hapless, has no agency, and must wait around for people of this skin color to give them decency, to give them dignity, to give them power. So everybody is useless. That in itself is inhumane. That in itself is evil. People who believe that and push that, evil. And now with this ChatGPT, which the creators named Eliza, because they want to encourage the users to think of Eliza as not artificial, as human, as real. There's no room for goodness in Eliza. There's no room for God. Nothing at all. And this is a logical consequence of us saying that humanity is no good. All this progressive movement is all about saying humanity is no good. So, logical consequence is to develop an alternative to humanity. And it is evil. You got so many people these days who are talking about the bad things that we're doing and the good things that we're doing. But it seems to me more than anything else, the overwhelming majority of these people, there are a few exceptions, the overwhelming majority are saying all this not because it's the right thing to say. Their primary loyalty is to themselves, to build up their fan base, to build up their likes, to build up their adulation. And it just comes down to this: good versus bad. What's a good idea? What's a bad idea? And if you're on the fence, then we pursue truth and we try to figure out what the good idea is. So that's all I have to say for today. Except, of course, peace. 4 fingers.